The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The people that are now benefiting from inflation are the people who are in the bottom 50% of the wealth distribution in this country. They're benefiting from it. It's not hurting them as much as it's helping them.
Well, they finally told the truth. Inflation. They want inflation. How many times did they talk about that? Yesterday we talked about the fact that the Fed, I can't believe people aren't in Washington going to the Capitol and having, there should be 50, 100 buses down there to stop the Fed, dissolve the Fed, because they don't help Main Street. They don't help you. They don't help the working person. It's all for the big guy, the wealthy, the Wall Street. It's amazing. But most people don't even know what the Federal Reserve is. Not to mention they don't even know what it does to them. What we're seeing today is what I talked about yesterday. This big drop in the market, especially the big tech stocks. This is nothing new. I've been talking about this for how long? Matter of fact, I said back in January 16th of 2018, this is how the crash would end or start. I want everybody to mark down this date, January 16th, today. The Phil Grandy said, on this date, January 16th, this is the beginning of the stock market crash. The crash will be caused by China, the FANG stocks. There you go. China, the FANG stock, exactly what's happening. Now, the Federal Reserve is so bad, and what we are seeing today in the stock market is a result of the Federal Reserve. What the Federal Reserve is doing is causing investors not to invest. Investors are unwilling to invest. That's what you're seeing today. That's why the market's going down. They're unwilling to invest because of the bad monetary policy. Example, they intentionally ramp up inflation. They lie to you, say, oh, we don't. But they do by printing money 24/7 to devalue the purchasing power of the dollar so to make it easier to pay down the country's debt to China. Rather than increase tax revenue for our Treasury through increasing productivity, through increasing business investment, so to increase wages, increase jobs, to increase tax revenue for our Treasury. Oh, no. They're not interested in doing that because the rich can't get richer. Instead, they did QE in 2008. Central planning, stock buybacks, monetization of government debt, printing money, borrowing for stimulus programs, and the decision to raise taxes. Oh, they say just on the rich. Don't worry, just on the rich. That's not true. Did you go to gasoline yet? Did you go to the pump yet? See how much the gasoline's up? I thought they said you weren't going to get a tax increase. Exactly that. Inflation is an increase of, it's a hidden tax, for God's sakes. Now, any one of those things is bad enough. I don't care if it's monetization of the debt, government debt, or borrowing money for stimulus. Those are all bad. Raising taxes, all three together is a disaster. When you do QE, which is stock buybacks and monetization of government debt, and all this printing of money to borrow for stimulus, and decision to raise taxes, when you decide to do all three at the same time, it is a disaster. That's what we're seeing today. It's starting to happen. All of it has a negative impact on investors' willingness to invest. Now, here's why they're unwilling to invest, because we're reaching the point where debt to GDP is out of balance. Out of balance. History shows when our national debt to our economic growth is above 90%. The best the economy could grow was 2.3%. Now, they're going back 40 years. Now, listen to what I'm saying. I know you're hearing we're going to grow 6%, 10%. Hold on a minute. I'm talking about sustainable. So when the national debt, our debt to our growth is above 90%, the most, I think it was 48 years, 42 years, the best was 2.3%. Now, you go back to 2005, that was the last time they saw an annual growth of 3%. We have to be below our debt, what we owe, the national debt, to our economic growth, has to be below 90% to be above 3%. So in other words, think of it this way. Our debt to our GDP growth has to be below 90% to have a stable 3.5% economic growth. The last time we had that was in 2005. Do you know what our debt to GDP growth is today? And it's okay because the government wanted it that way. It's not okay, but it's by design. The Federal Reserve wants this. It's 101%. 101%. I'm not making it up. Go check it out. Can you imagine debt to our GDP growth is at 101%? As government issues debt to pay for its deficits and its current crazy spending of stimulus? And then they try to take parking space in our heads? That we'll have sustainable GDP growth of 6 to 10%? What are you, nuts? That's impossible. Go back all the years and you'll see anytime we're below 90%, yes, we get 3.5%. And the only time we saw that was, last time we saw it was 2005. But when you get above 90%, you're screwed. And when you get above where we are now, 101%, you really get screwed. But who doesn't get screwed? The wealthy. That's what the Federal Reserve is for, to help the wealthy get wealthier. That's their job. That's what they do. Everything else is a lie. So if you're thinking this economy is going to get great, and you listen to all these people on these fake business news network tell, oh boy, the economy is really going to grow, it's not sustainable. Nowhere in history can you find when we have our debt to our GDP growth, anytime it's above 90%, you can't go anywhere. And these things will last as long as, these cycles will last as long as 23 years. It's almost impossible to get out of it. See, this is why the market is down today, 514 points. That's the real truth. See, that's what you get here, the truth, not the BS. That's unbelievable. In the past 3 weeks, the leadership group has been selling off. I told you that was going to happen. There is no way big tech stocks can survive when you have inflation. But see, they lie and say inflation is 2%. And you have all these crazy people coming in, buying big tech stocks. Every time they drop, they come and buy big. They're getting slaughtered. Especially all these people who are buying on margin, who are borrowing money to buy stocks. This is what happened with all the other crashes. The last dot-com crash, same thing. Same exact thing, margin calls. So the problem we're having is there's no buses around the Capitol in Washington screaming and yelling, get rid of the Federal Reserve. Because most people don't understand what it even is. So, inflation is brutal. And they lie about it. It causes all prices to move simultaneously. But here's the problem. Lumber. There's a great example. Lumber. Do you know lumber's up 133%? You know what that means for the economy? I'll explain when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days. And please listen to me on my YouTube channel.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call. 877-600-GANG.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The people that are now benefiting from inflation are the people who are in the bottom 50% of the wealth distribution in this country.
That is a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie. Inflation only helps the wealthy. The bottom 50%, they don't have assets. They don't have special, these special coins and gold and all these different assets, plutonium and all these things. They artwork, plutonium and titanium and artwork, and they don't have that. They go check to check. This guy's a liar. Inflation is a real problem because it causes prices to move. But here's the real problem. But there's also something else that's going on. There's an advantage. Take lumber. Lumber has gone up about 30% in the last 12 months. 130%. But here's the problem with this, with inflation. People start thinking, I better start hoarding lumber. And then don't forget, too, when you have inflation, prices all go up together. There's the other problem. They all go up together. But the opportunity is lumber. We're going to have such a great opportunity to sell it short. So high inflation causes all these prices to move together. And then it distorts the production and the consumption of different goods. So in other words, inflation will drive up the lumber price. They said 133% in the past year. And then what will happen? It will send a signal that we need more lumber. We need lumber. So then you get overproduction. And people start, as I say, hoarding it. And you have a great opportunity selling short lumber. So you got to, when you have big rallies like this is when you sell into them. I told my members today, I said, you watch what's going to happen this week. You're going to start seeing people come in, and they're all going to start buying the big tech stocks again. These are all people who don't know what they're doing. And now they're going to hear from CNBC is buy the big tech, buy tech, buy tech. They're on sale. You watch. You get Leisman and the rest of them. You got to look on your chart. If Facebook or any of these, if they don't break that 50-day moving average, then you know they're going to try to rally them back up. Example, Google. If you're shorting Google, I wouldn't be shorting Google right now. You watch how they're going to come in and run Google back up. Now, and then you take a look at Facebook. Watch how they run Facebook back up. So anytime a stock is going down, what I do for my students, I make sure they break the 50-day moving average. And if it's red on my chart, I have the only charts to do that. I designed them. It's a patent. My charts, my candlesticks all turn red, not yours. Yours is green, red, green, green, red, red. Mine follows the money. So again, we're going to have a great opportunity selling short, okay, lumber. We're going to have a great opportunity, okay, when all these stocks start coming back up and they all start coming in and buying these big tech stocks and they start jumping back up, then they're going to run out of steam. And the ones that are under the 50-day moving average, you can sell short. That's why I held a shorting webinar on Saturday. And we had a lot of fun. But the idea was to get the people to learn how to sell a stock short. It's so easy. If you can put on your socks, you can put on your shoes, right? Do you know of people who put on their socks, but they can't put on their shoes? Well, that's what they're trying to tell you in the stock market. They tell you don't do short. They're telling you, put on your socks, but don't put on any shoes. It's dangerous. That's what they've been selling you. Shorting is easy, and you got to have it. It's got to be a weapon. No one should be in the stock market unless they know how to sell a stock short. Are you nuts? In an environment like this, you're not going to grow this economy. It's impossible. Go look. Go look it up. Anytime that you have debt to GDP above 90%, we're now above 101%. Nowhere will you find when it's above 90% that can grow the economy on an annual basis of 3.5%. If you get below 90%, you can. But they don't want to do that. The Federal Reserve doesn't want to do that. Because, see, the Federal Reserve knows all the wealthy makes money when there's inflation because they have assets to inflate. You don't. They do. They got gold, they got platinum, they got artwork, they got rare coins, they got exclusive real estate. So they want this inflation. Here comes the big problem. Our lenders, China. Watch what happens. China is going to now say, you know what? With your debt above 101%, debt to your GDP, 101%, you're not going to have the ability to pay us back. We want risk money. So they're going to ask for even more interest. And just watch, just chart. Start a chart. So easy. Every morning you just go and start a little chart and put down the what the treasuries are. When we get to 200 basis points, if you don't know how to short, then get the hell out of the market. Because the market's going to drop like a flying monkey. Believe me, a flying monkey. Look, you can't sit there. In 2000, the price to earnings for tech, the PE was 35 times earnings. In 2000, when we had the crash, the tech crash. You know what it is now? 36. 36. We had the crash in 2000 when it was 35 times. Now it's 36 times. The PE in the S&P is 37. Let's take Tesla. The PE ratio is 623. Sales only went up 25%. The stock market went up over 700%, and their PE ratio is at 623%. Are you out of your mind? Or 623 times? What are you, crazy? Join my gang. Please learn how to short for him. It's easy.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people? every day. That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Please listen to my show on my YouTube channel. And also join my gang, the Working Investor Group, free for 10 days. And you get the color-coded chart that tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. It tells you. But instead of running, we run into shorts. We short the market. You got to learn how to do that. Most people have no idea what's coming. No idea. You know, nobody's asking, how could the big tech stocks, the leaders since 2013, where everybody has put their money, and now they're going to get crushed like in 2001. The stampede is going to be incredible out of that stock, out of all those big tech stocks. Take a look at them. But remember, they don't go straight down. So you're going to see, for example, you're going to see Apple. As a matter of fact, it already bounced back today. Went down to $122. Then she bounced right back up to $125.60. Because, see, you got people that are coming in and have no idea what they're doing. But we still have a signal to sell it short. That's all you need to know. The beautiful thing about shorting is you're going to learn when you're in a stock, you're going to learn when not to own it. Most people don't even know that. They buy a stock, they have no idea. They have no clue. Then when somebody says, buy in the pullback, they don't tell you where. You go buy and pull back. Just as you buy, it drops again. Well, that doesn't happen here at Phil's Gang because we're right with our customers all the way through, our gang members. We start early in the morning around here, 4 o'clock in the morning. We start looking at all the stocks in the European market. What's the action over there? The one thing we really keep a handle on is the Treasury yield. The Treasury yield. Because no matter how much money they print to buy 10-year treasuries to keep interest rates down to zero so that the rich can create great wealth, you're going to see, I don't care how much they do that, they don't have enough money to stop inflation. They don't. They don't have enough money to stop rising inflation. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. When you listen to these guys on CNBC, everything is they talk between their ears. Look, they contradict everything.
Speaking of inflation, prices are going up for just about everything.
Yeah, the price is going up for about everything. Then the next guy on the same show says,
we're not in a realm anywhere close to where true inflation is in sight.
Do you believe that? And you're listening to them for advice on CNBC? What are you kidding? Listen to, you want to hear some really gobbledygook? Listen to this.
We are now back to.
I wouldn't buy a stock from him just because of that. We are now. What's he talking out of?
We are now back to normalization on GDP. We're above trend on retail.
Wait a minute. Normal GDP. I just told you. Go back and look. We haven't been below 90% of our GDP. Normal is to be below 90%. You got to be below. Then your growth rate, your economic growth rate will be 3.5%. We have not been below that 90% to get that 3.5% to 2050. What's it mean back to normal? We're at 101%. That's a killer. And then he says,
in 6 weeks last spring, we did more QE, more purchase of treasuries than we did the entire time, the 9-year period.
Sure, well, why'd they do that? Why? Because all QE is a fancy word. Quantitative is a fancy word for print money. Go buy treasuries to keep those interest rates down. Then get those interest rates down to zero. Then take the money and lend it. Lend it to the big banks. Give it to the big banks. The Fed just gives the big banks at 0%. 0%. Oh, and they don't go loan it out to you. They go buy their own stock to push their stocks up. So the idea is give all this money to the very, very wealthy, especially the biggest banks, to drive interest rates down to near zero. Then they take their money and they go and buy their own shares, drop those shares down, so that when they do earnings, which are so terrible, they take their earnings, spread it over less shares, and then their yields go up. Earnings go up, rather, and then the stock goes up. All fake. I mean, they're all over the place. Now he's telling us that they're going to come back in and even do more. Here, listen.
The Fed is expected to do $2.5 trillion of QE after vaccine comes.
So you see what they're saying? They're going to continue this madness, and then on top of this, they're cutting taxes. This is insane. So big tech is over. They're going to be raising taxes. This is insane. You can't raise taxes. And then I told you about our growth. We're above 90%. We're at 101%. And remember how Kudlow lied when he said this?
We could grow this economy at 4 or 5%.
How? He knew he couldn't do that. He knew that was a lie. He couldn't do that. How could he do that when we're at our debt to our GDP is above 90%? You can't do that. You got to be below 90%. But we're at 101%. He knew he was lying. Then he said,
I do think that at this point the economy is still at a fragile state.
I'm sorry, I had the wrong clip. But listen, yeah. So then he said during the housing crash, right? Oh, don't worry about foreclosures. Don't worry about foreclosures.
Take a look at this, because this is where there'd be real pain. Delinquencies and foreclosures. We've got these charts. They'll be coming up in just one moment, because I don't see. All right, here's the loan delinquency rate. It is up slightly. This is courtesy of my pal, Steve Leisman. It is up slightly. This is loan delinquencies on homes, essentially. But look, it's just nothing.
Just nothing. We had the biggest foreclosures ever. But I wouldn't listen to him. For heaven's sakes. Kudlow's saying, here's his advice in investing.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray every day.
He just prays. Look, the idea in the stock market is no longer buy, hold, look for good earnings, look at a company, see what its free cash flow is, see if their margins are increasing, if their top line sales are growing, all the stuff we used to have to do. God, I've been in this market 51 years. And the things we had to do before charting and all, it was incredible to get a stock. And you had to go and find a company that was collapsing, wasn't doing well, but they had all kinds of good assets. Go in, you buy it, hold on for 5, 10, 15 years, and then they rebuild all this stuff. Those days are all gone now. When they found technology, that's when everything changed, technology. That's when the wealthy got wealthier. With technology, they could front-run stocks. They could do whatever they want with stocks. And then you got a Federal Reserve that should be down, who's a bunch of gangsters. And what's their job? Their job is to they're the 1/100th of 1% who control it. Their job is to make the 1 percentile even more wealthy. So they benefit. But you can take advantage of this if you know what you're doing, if you know when to be buying stocks and when you know when to get out of a stock and when you know how to sell short a stock. And every day, if you just follow us with our own portfolio, we tell you exactly what to do with our portfolio. We give you our portfolio. We tell you exactly what to do with it.
Goldman Sachs continue to hold this one. We added on Friday.
And then, it goes on, and he that's Steve. He's the head of my education department. And every day at 2 o'clock, we take our portfolio and tell our members exactly what to do with each stock in our portfolio. How can you go wrong? But you've got to understand one thing. We're in this whole new deal now. They can't stop. They got to keep printing money. Got to keep printing money. And the more they print, the more inflation. The more inflation, the more your dollar goes down in value. And they're doing this on purpose so they can keep paying down their debt, the government, and big corporations. And you can make money with this if you know when to buy and when to short. Please, 10 days free. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, since we bought the powerful ETFs back in March, the industrials, the materials, the banks, XLF, industrials XLI, materials XLB, banks XLF, they've done fantastic. SLX ETF, that's steel. We've done fantastic. Transports going through the roof. But they're all starting to pull back a little bit today. You got to say, well, why? Aren't the NASDAQ stocks going down, big tech stocks? Yeah, but you watch what they're going to do. They're going to the fake Business News Network right now, going to get together at a full press on convincing you to jump back into the big tech. It's a buying opportunity. Don't do that unless you know what you're doing. And this is why you got to know how to short a stock, because they're going to set you up. If you have a stock that went from 100 down to, let's say, 100 down to 80, and then they tell you to buy it, and you go in at 80, and it goes back up to 90, and it can't go any higher, you don't know what to do. That's telling you it's a lower high, which means there's not enough new money coming in, and we're having a problem with new money coming in as investors aren't attractive to a stock market. When you have an economy of the country, or the country's economy, you have debt to its economic growth 110%, because they know 101%, because they know anything above 90% is a death sentence for an economy. It can't grow. We're at 110%. Investors don't want to come in and put money in an economy that can't grow. The only thing that happens is China, our lenders, wants higher interest rates on the money that we borrow from them. When we have a treasury auction, they want higher interest rates. They don't care. The wealthy doesn't care. What do they care? They're not on wages. You are. You're going to get screwed, but they're not, because they don't depend on wages. So, again, when they have this big move back with the big tech stocks again, going to go back up, don't get caught. Don't get caught unless those stocks make a new high. Give you an example. Netflix. I would not buy Netflix until it broke back out to about $587. It's right now about $496. Why? Why wouldn't I do it? Because if you went back up, you got from $590 down to, let's say, $496. Those are all sellers. So every time you try to buy and go back up, you haven't got enough new buyers coming. And you got to get up through what they call that overhang. So there's all kinds of buyers from 980 down to 490. I mean, sellers. They're all sitting there wanting to sell. They all got in and they said, I'm going to hold on it. Then the stock went down more. Stock went down more. And they're in a hope mode. They're in a Larry Kudlow mode, where Larry Kudlow says how he buys and holds. Does the same thing.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray.
Yeah, that's what people do. So what happens is when people buy a stock, when it drops back down, they don't short it, so they don't know how to make money on the way down. But they get in on the way back up when they tell you buying the pullback, and then on the way back up, they don't realize above them you still got a whole bunch of sellers. You got this selling they call seller's overhang, but nobody gets that, and then you want to wonder why you lose money. These big tech stocks, you don't want to buy the same real estate twice. Wait till it makes a new high. If you got a high on Netflix of 506, wait till it gets back above 506. Yeah, but you're going to say, yeah, but Phil, I can make money between 495 and 506 and 591. Only if you're a professional you can, because you know how to short. You know how to short. When they rally and they snap back, you short it. You don't know how to do that. You only know how to go one way. It's just like having a car. You only know how to go forward. You don't know how to go to reverse. So don't get caught with their nonsense. You're going to start hearing it in the next couple of days. You may even hear it tonight. Google. Don't buy Google now at 2,312. Wait till it breaks out of its high around 2,447. You got to be out of your mind. Amazon. Are you kidding? I wouldn't buy Amazon right now at around 3,225. I'd wait till it gets back above 3,540. It's new high, because between 3,226 and the high of 3,540, those are all sellers who are saying, if I just get half my money back, I'm getting out. You're like Pac-Man trying to chew up through that. But nobody's going to tell you that. Nobody's going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, what a great opportunity this is. Look at tech, boy, they're really priced low. Look at, boy, thank God we had the sell-off. And what were we doing? Well, everybody was getting an attack and they're losing their butt. We were buying what they didn't want, the industrials. Those are called momentum stocks. Every time they made a brand new high, my members bought it. Same thing with our materials. Same thing with our banks. Same thing with our steel. Same thing with our treasuries. But now they're all pulling back a little bit now. Why? Because there's going to be another rotation back into the tech stocks. Are they going to make it all the way back up? Of course not. Of course not. But it's enough to get you in there thinking, I better buy these now. They're on sale, and you're going to get crushed. Look, one thing we do for our members every day, they know when to buy it. They know when to sell it. They know when to add onto it. They know when to add, when not to add to it. But best yet, they know how to sell it short. What is wrong with that? It's what we do every day for them. Every day. Now, take the banks, for example. The banks are in deep trouble. They're in worse trouble than when they crashed. But the difference is they are being propped up every day with $250 billion. In 2019, September 2019, they're ready to all go belly up again because they've never been fixed. Since 2008 crash, they've never been fixed properly. They should have let the bad banks go, let them file bankruptcy. Never did. We've been supporting them. Now, they have no choice but keep printing and printing and printing money to keep giving to them. But every time they print money, that's good for the guys who are rich because inflation's going up. But for the poor soul who's making $35,000 a year or $65,000 or $75,000, even $100,000, he's screwed because every time inflation goes up, he can't get that back anywhere. He can't make it up. How's he make it up? And then with all the rich, when the market does crash, guess what? They don't lose money. They're making money on the way back down. And then with all their money, they made so much money when everything's on sale again. I don't care if it's a stock. I don't care if it's a boat. I don't care what it is, a railroad. I don't care what it is. They're the ones who get even more wealthy because they got all the money. And so they're looking for this economy to collapse. They're looking for the stock market to collapse. They're going to buy everything on sale. But the other folks on Main Street are going to be losing their homes, going to be losing their cars. Here we go again. Same old deal. Remember, every bubble is created by man. The stock market is the best place in the world to be. But you got to have both sides of it. I fight on this every day trying to convince you. Please, for 10 days, just try it and learn how to sell short. I don't understand why people fight. When the stock goes down, they don't want to make money. They get out. They get out when the stock goes down. And the stock goes down 10 times faster than it goes up. Look at all the REITs. We did so well on the REITs. VNQ. VNQ is the ETF. God, we did well with those. Well, everybody was jumping back into techs, right? VNQ. And we got into VNQ, I forget, I think around $90, something like that. Okay, went up to $99. We got in around. I think we got in these around. I have to look it up, but let's say March 24th. That we made. That was so easy because we could see where the money was going. The money was going into all these REITs because interest rates, remember, kept going down. But now these are going to be good shorts. All these REITs that we made 20 and 30% on going up, we're going to now turn around and make money on the way back down. And that's how you do it. And you don't follow 100 stocks, 50. You stay with the same 5 stocks, 6 stocks a year. That's in every portfolio of banks and the insurance company portfolio of stocks and the 401k portfolios, all brand names. And you watch those, and those 5 stocks become 10. And then we have bonus stocks, for heaven's sakes. But stop listening to these people. We have a bubble expansion. Everything that Powell and the Federal Reserve is doing is causing our increasing, they're causing the budget deficit to increase, the national debt to increase, and all they're doing is extending. They're just expanding the bubble, extending the crash as fast, hard as they can, as long as they can. Learn how to do both, short and go long, and please help St. Jude when you're making money. Sign up free for 10 days. Go to my Working Investor. Sign up for the Working Investor. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.